Hey, what's up? This is Drew here from Three Fat Guys Talking About Metal, and I just actually got back from an interview with the one and only Tyler Harvey, lead guitarist of Deadiron. At first, I was actually kind of nervous to be sitting with somebody of such a great stature in this music scene. Okay, so this is Drew here with Three Fat Guys Talking About Metal, talking to Tyler Harvey from Deadiron. Tyler, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what you're going. A little bit about. After I finally got over the jitters, it was time to find the perfect place for our interview.
The kitchen table is a nice spot.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay.
It's it'd be cool if you had like guitar tone back here though.
Like better stuff in the background.
It's fine. All right.
Better stuff. Yeah, that room is significantly cooler.
We should have just like set up so that the Kiss at least was behind us, you know. I was actually thinking about setting up, like bringing like two like metal poles with my big master of puppets.
Yeah.
The album cover, just like set it like right here.
That'd be rad. You know what? Yeah, fuck the kitchen. We need a cooler background.
I am Drew from Three Fat Guys Talking About Metal, here talking with Tyler Harvey, the lead guitarist of Deadiron. Tyler, it's nice to be sitting with you today.
It's nice for you to be sitting with me as well.
So I want to talk to you for a little bit about a couple things. First, I'd like to start out with your band Deadiron, of course. I want to know if you guys had any tour plans or any album plans coming up in this next year.
We have quite a few things in the works. Actually, we have a good bit of the next album done. We hope to have it done by next year. We're not really, I guess, in any rush to get it done. We would like, it'll more than likely be out by next year. I mean, at the rate we're going, and you know, we want to keep producing new music and getting it out there for our lovely fans. You know, so you know, other than that, writing new music, it's sounding great. You know, we're having fun with it, which is the most important thing. You know, we've been talking to a bunch of people all over the country, the U.S., and trying to put together at least you know, out-of-town gigs, you know, or maybe some do-it-yourselfers, stuff like that. That is a pain in the ass to you know to make happen.
Right.
You know, as of right now, we don't have anything like concrete other than a couple of dates coming up. You know, we're looking, you know, as far away as up to Chicago, down to Cincinnati, all over the place. You know, we're hoping that our 8th show pulls in some nice connections for us, you know, and any other bands that get to play on it. So no real tours really. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then I wanted to make a couple comments on your playing style.
Okay.
One thing that really interested me is in your solos, a lot of times you seem to stray away from sweep picking, and I was just kind of curious, why is that?
You know, it's one of those things to me that's kind of like tapping. It's not really my style. I don't really have anything against sweep picking or guys that like to sweep more. I mean, I listen to a lot of guitar players that I crap my pants when I watch their sweeping stuff, like, you know, Alexi from Bodum, or you know, earlier Ingve shit, you know, and stuff like that, you know. It's obviously a really nice technical skill. It's really more about my soloing kind of style. I'm really melodic, and I kind of like I like, you know, kind of flowing melodies and stuff like that, and I mean, I'll have some arpeggio kind of lead and stuff, but sweep picking itself, you know, I was actually okay at it when I was younger. It's just kind of one of those things. I just never used it, so you know, it's just kind of developed the way it did, I suppose. You know.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I actually didn't realize. You actually really don't use a lot of tapping either. But then another thing that I wanted to touch base with is the melodies you use.
Yeah.
I was really interested in those because, you know, they just, you know, I mean, you guys have a style, and then like the rhythm will be playing, and then out of nowhere, just this sick, just melody will come in over top, and it's like it fills the sound, you know.
Thanks. That would probably be mostly because of my influence of the stuff I've been listening to, the stuff I've been getting over the years, just kind of how my guitar playing developed. I listened to a lot of In Flames growing up, and like I said earlier, Lunar Strain up to Clayman. Listen to that, that spanning of albums, and you'll get a great feel on Swedish melodic death metal that if you don't listen to that stuff, you need to. You have to go do it. That's where I'd say I get a lot of my harmonic and melodic sensibility. You know what I mean? Like any kind of melody I like to throw down is mostly because of me listening to Flames all the time, and just kind of the way my mind kind of ended up about music. I just like. I like hearing that kind of stuff against whatever the rhythm is doing, and having those two play with and off each other, and then tied into the harmonics or the harmony stuff, and then it's you just combine those two things, you kind of get what I'm all about. So it's just really nice sounding tunes that are developed with extra layers, and things just sound great, and you don't have to try too hard. So
another thing I'd like to touch on is your writing style. In the band, who do you think would kind of take who do you think would who really just writes more of the riffs, and
it's a pretty solid team effort, quite honestly. Let's see. I mean, on the last album, or our album, I'd say, at the span of the songs, I joined the band pretty late in Deadiron's kind of career, because Sonny and Al were playing in Deadiron for I think 4 years before I joined the band. I joined the band in 2010. I think it started around 2006. So there were like a collection of songs already there that I came in and I added a lot of my flavor to, lots and lots of rocket sauce right on top. And so the songs took on their own feel then. So I guess you could say they were written by all of us, a good bulk of them. There were a couple that I brought to the band, like Legacy and like Midnight and stuff like that I came into, with already like, 7, 8 songs done, that were original Deadiron songs. And I wrote a couple for the album that were kind of like just mine entirely. But even then, even on that stuff, Sonny writes some of his riffs on it, and Tom obviously writes all the drums, and Al writes the lyrics, and Jay, I don't tell Jay what to play on bass, so it ends up being a complete team effort, which is nice, I've been in bands where I do everything, writing at least, and it's always better to bump your ideas off the other guy, and if everyone's involved, it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, to kind of pull your skills,
Yeah, and then I don't always have I have some shitty ideas sometimes, or one of my things, I repeat everything way too long than it needs to be, just because I just like hearing the guitar, So it's one of those things where everyone's tastes and preferences gets combined into one really solid thing, and then you kind of you strip away the extraneous shit that you don't need. That's the cool thing about letting songs breathe. You have like a big song, and then everyone kind of streamlines things, which is the overall writing process. So
okay. And I just want to know, do you have any national shows coming up with anybody?
Like national bands we are playing with?
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's see, this Friday, August 31st, and I hope to see you all, you internet motherfuckers there, is we're playing with, and we're very pleased to be, we can't wait, I think Corpacani is headlining the show. Then probably, like in terms of who's playing, like Corpacani, Tyr, Moonsorrow, Metzatol, and then hopefully us. on the main stage with them. I haven't heard anything else. Who else is playing that show? I have a pretty good inkling that The Approach is playing with us, which we're pumped about. You know, because we get to party with them another night. You know, yeah, that's going to be a really, really great show for a lot of people to come check out. You know, in like a lot of the shows, like I guess I could speak for The Approach and us. A lot of the shows that we've been playing together, at least lately, you know, we don't get a lot of the like kind of pretentious power metal kids out, and I don't mean that negatively, but you know, the kids that are the shut-in folk metal kids, or you know, and I'm one of them. I mean, I listened to Insufferum like all throughout high school and stuff like that. But these kinds of fans will only come out for like these bands that come through. And you know, I've seen Tyr at the Pagan Fests probably like 4 or 5 times. I've seen Corpacani at least 3 times. Moon Sorrow is probably, my guess, going to be the most band that no one's expecting that night, because they're awesome live. They're kind of like the Swedish Opeth, I like to call them, because they are just super long, epic tracks, and they pull it off live like amazingly. They're a great band. Don't know anything about them as a total, but I'm sure they're fucking cool, because folk metal is awesome. So, but yeah, you know, like there's a lot of friends of mine that, you know, I've met at Pagan Fests that, or you know, I know that they're too busy to come to, you know, dumb local shows. But now that we're playing with Tyr and Corpacani, we get a chance to play for people that haven't seen us yet. That's the main point, and that's what we're excited about.
Okay.
So.
And one last thing before we finish this up is I'd like to know. You said you had you had a solid chunk of the album written.
Yeah,
the next album.
Pretty good bits of it yet.
And I was just wondering if we're going to be hearing any new songs soon.
There's a really good chance that if you come to both of our shows coming up, the 31st one we just talked about, and September 8th at Peabody's,
which is a free show, right?
It's a free show, and if you get tickets from us for the 31st, you'll get your free tickets to the 8th, as long with a CD. You know, free music for you too. So we're gonna just give it to you, to let you have it. But yeah, September 8th is going to be really, really cool, big free show. We're playing with a lot of out-of-towners and a lot of cool local guys like Solipsis and Dissoulment, and I think a new band from Kent, I forget their name right now, as well as some really cool out-of-town bands. There's going to be Winter Hymn from Cincinnati, Syntherum from Michigan, Thunder God from Western PA somewhere, as well as another Erie band named Kevlar. There's going to be a lot of, like, you know, different bands to check out, and it's a free show, so there's no better excuse on a Saturday night than to go see everybody you know and drink beers. So come on.
All right, well, it was very nice talking to you. So stoked to see you guys this Friday night, first of all, and then
great, yeah.
Can't wait for that September 8th show.
Absolutely, man.
And I'm going to send it back to Studio A. So that was Tyler Harvey of Deadiron. Really excited to see where his band goes in the future. I can't wait to hear the new stuff, personally. So check out that September 8th show, and if you can, try to get out to Peabody's tonight to see Tyr, Corpacani, Moonsara, The Approach Execution, and of course Deadiron. All great acts. You know, it's just gonna be one of those nights that makes your pants tight. So this is Drew Rage Mage from 3 Fat Guys Talking About Metal, and I would like to wish you a good night.